In this video, we're just going to show you what all of the control buttons in Nissan Leaf do. I've got the key in my pocket and I'm going to start the car up by pressing the button with my foot on the brake. It's going through all of its checks. Now that it's stopped everything flashing, it's ready to go. It's got a low key and it's got the door open. So what I'm going to do is actually show you the door because we've got a light on there. So this control up here is for the mirrors, so that will actually adjust. So you turn it right to adjust the right mirror, and then you move that around as a joystick. Turn it left to adjust that mirror, and you can move that around as a joystick. To manually fold the mirrors in, press that button, and you'll see them fold in, and you'll see them fold out as well. And then the buttons down here, I'm just going to bring it a little closer to me so it's easier for you. This button here, that lock, the reason it won't work at the minute is because the door's open, but that locks all of the doors, that opens all the doors. And this button here, pressed down, locks all of the windows from working, so if you've got kids in the back, they can't use them. And then unlocking that, you makes them all available. These are the 4 windows, so front right, front left, back right, back left, and the one on the driver's door, if you press it once, it comes all the way down, and if you pull it up all the way, it goes all the way up. So just one touch to get your driver's window up and down. Okay, so that's those. Tell you what I'll do. Let's shut the door. See if we can still see what we want to see. No, it's still not too dark. So we're going to have to put up with the beeping because the door's open. So up here, these buttons. So that first of all, I'm going to go over these top 4. So first of all, this one here. If I press it, you'll see that it changes the display on the dash, so you can scroll through all the different things. Now you get the settings, and if you want to be able to go to, say, clock, so you've pressed that to get the clock, and then you press this button, which then takes you to clock, and then you press that left hand button again, which then lets you choose between 24 and 48. If you press the top left hand button, it then takes you back, and then you can come out of those menus. So that's what those 2 for, the menu buttons and the select buttons. Trip is pretty obvious. You can choose between trip A and trip B on the miles at the bottom. And then when you're on the one that you want, if you press and hold trip, it actually zeroes the trip as well. And then this button here, that adjusts the brightness on the dash. So you just press it multiple times, that's as bright as it goes. That's kind of mid. So that's the brightness button on there. Down here, we have the internal button to open the charge flap door on the front. You also have a button that says auto, off and lock, so it's a 3-way rocker switch. Basically what that does is it's how to lock your cable into the charge port. So if you've got it on auto and the car's turned off and the charge lead's plugged in, it'll lock it in automatically. As soon as your charge is finished, then it's able to be released. If you put it on lock, then it stays locked all the time. This one here is to set the charge timer. You press that. I'm just trying to get it onto the right screen. We'll come back to the charge timer because maybe that I need to turn it onto a different thing. This is to turn the sound up to 16 miles an hour. The car makes a sound for pedestrianised areas. You can turn it off. I wouldn't recommend turning it off because otherwise you may knock somebody over. You've got headlight levelers down at the bottom, and then you have your traction control on and off. When you press that button, the traction control light comes up on the top. Stability control, traction control. See, top right hand corner, it comes on and off. So those are all of the buttons on the right hand side of the steering wheel. We'll come back to the charge timer and with a different video. So if you look at in our Nissan Leaf how-to videos, then you'll find that there.